The House, Lieutenant General Jonah Mwangi. He is the Vice Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces. General, good to see you.
Good to see you too,
Karibu
Jeff.
sana.
Asante sana.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Let's go straight to recruiting.
Right.
What do you look for in a recruit? What is it that you're looking for in
Jeff,
a typical recruit?
Thank you, Jeff. I think perhaps we can first of all find the place of the Kenya Defence Forces within the national architecture. I think it should be the starting point, if you allow me. Now, the KDF is a creature of the Constitution of 2010. We are founded on Article 239 that creates the national security organs, which KDF is one of them. They go to Section 240, talks about the National Security Council and its responsibilities over the national security organs. Now, Article 241 talks about the KDF and its mandate. And it has two mandates. One is the core mandate. The core mandate is the protection and defense of this country against external aggression by, one, imposing adequate deterrence. And if deterrence fails, then you go to war and win that war on terms that are favorable to Kenya. Number two is the secondary mission. Secondary mission is to assist and cooperate with other authorities in situations of disaster and other risks. Number three is to be deployed to restore peace in any part of the country. And of course, there are conditions in either way. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So having said that, with the mandate of KDF, what do you look for in a recruit? In a recruit,
with these three things that we look for, that you have got to have the correct physical standards. Medically, you need to be fit, and you have got to have the right papers. And we have two categories of personnel that we have in the Kenya Defence Forces. One, we have commissioned officers and non-commissioned officers. And each category has their requirements to be able to join the Kenya Defence Forces.
You've been holding ads, you've been running ads in the newspapers, on TV, all over the place.
Right.
Talk about the recruitment that's coming up end of this month, starting this month?
Yes.
And surprisingly, there's a sort of a disclaimer.
Yes.
And you're telling people, watch out for con men, for brokers, for scammers.
Right.
All kinds of cheats out there.
Right.
Why do you do that? Why are you doing that?
No, we do that because, for you to join the Kenya Defence Forces, you have got to believe in it. And if you have to pay your way into it, then definitely you'll be of no use. Actually, it is degrading to the integrity of the force. And therefore, when you join, you have got to believe in it. And there are people who are taking advantage of, the desperation out there. There are no jobs. People are so desperate. And therefore, anyone coming to you as a messiah that you're going to pay, if you pay them something, they'll help you to join the KDF. I think that is where the problem is. Again, we also have a lot of imposters out there. People saying they're General Mwangi, they're General who so-and-so, and, I've been sent by General so-and-so. Those are all lies. The process is very open. It's fair to everyone. And, that is why it is even announced way in advance so that people can be able to prepare themselves for the recruitment.
For a long time, it was who you knew in the military.
Right.
You were sent by like you just said, sent by so-and-so, so it's who you knew. It wasn't meritocracy.
I disagree with you, Jeff. I think it's one of the most accountable systems that we have. Even when that happens, it does not happen officially. It does not. Again, it's a question of imposters coming out there and, saying who they are instead of who they are not. So really, I don't think it's a question of who you knew or who you didn't know. Because again, this recruitment is conducted in the open. It is open and it's, oversighted by many entities. Law enforcement, DCI, the Anti-Corruption Authority, TI, and even members of the community. So long as they do not interfere with the processes, they are allowed to watch over the process.
Yeah.
And again also, as the recruitment begins, the recruiting officer has a responsibility to announce or to brief the public on what are the conditions that one needs to meet to be able to be recruited.
Yeah.
So,
General, I want to take a break, come back, talk about more of the recruitment. And, a lot of people find this quite funny that you all check for teeth
Yes.
Why do you check? Are we going to bite the enemy or what? Why do you check for teeth? A lot of people find that funny. We'll talk about it. And also, because, you know, the people lack jobs, there's so many job vacancies these days. If someone has studied law
yes.
and they want to join the military,
yes.
is that possible? I want to talk all about the opportunities going forward.
We'll give you the answers.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Jeff.
Is it lieutenant or lieutenant?
Either way, it depends whether you are from the UK or the US, but either it's correct.
I like lieutenant.
Thank you so much.
Lieutenant General.
Thank you.
Jonah Mwangi.
Cheers.
Vice Chief of the Kenya Defence Forces in the house. Talk about recruitment. Do you have questions? I had a teeth question. What are yours? Keep tweeting at Kunanga Jeff at Citizen TV Kenya. # JK Lab. Would I make it in the military with my teeth?
Well, I think we'll check whether they...
JK Live will be back in a moment.